Hello and welcome to everybody on the live stream. This is Rachel Smith, the Business Grower, and I'm just finalising my setup for this afternoon's live masterclass. So you'll just have to bear with me whilst I set this up. So welcome to everybody who's joining us. We've got people who are coming and joining the live masterclass. Precious, the link. I've just posted it in the group. Let me use another piece of technology and I'll just tag you in it. Isn't it great when you've got multiple pieces of technology and you can just do this? Had a little moment then thinking, how am I going to do it? So let me go into my group. Right, Precious, I'm going to tag you in the link. There you go. It's posted. You should see the link for the Zoom. Let me know if you don't get it. Well, I should see you over in the group anyhow, shouldn't I? Right, so we've got lots of people joining us. You're all muted, by the way. I'm just going to ask you to pop into the chat box and let me know that you can actually hear me. I'm using a different set of headphones today, so I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Can you hear me? So the chat box is basically over here. In there, so if you can pop in, brilliant, that's great. Oh, that's lovely, fantastic. So we're bang on 2 o'clock. How are we all feeling? Hi Karen, Karen's joined us on the live stream. I'm not sure how long the live stream will last for, and Alison can hear us as well in multiple sound. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to leave my camera on as well. That's exciting, isn't it? Normally I'll put my camera on the live, on the actual masterclass in a minute. So you're all here, you're all ready to go. Let's just see. Lovely, that's great, Precious. Right, I'm going to start the video. This might actually just it might actually just send my video bonkers. Don't worry, I'm not expecting you guys to turn on your videos. So if you do accidentally pop up, I'll turn you off. Right, shall we get going? We're all here. People will be joining us as we, that's just the way it works, isn't it? Right. Welcome everybody to this, my brand new masterclass, Create Your Own 5K Months or even weeks. I'm absolutely delighted that you're all here. Okay. Anybody who's having problems with the recording, I have heard from people who are on the call that they can actually hear. So I can only think that it's from your end. I am live streaming this over in Live Your Abundant Life, so that might be another way that you can access this. However, I am recording this, so you will receive a recording of this as well. But I know that there are some people, like Jules, for instance, who really want to get on the live call. So Jules, it might be a case of just jumping over and going on to the live stream instead. Okay, so let's get into this. So this is what we're going to be covering today. We're going to be covering how you can live your abundant life. Abundance for everyone might be a little bit different. But for me, it definitely was about how I could earn more money in my business consistently. I was absolutely sick of this kind of roller coaster experience I kept experiencing for my business. And we're going to be busting some myths that if you are in this place of disbelief that you can actually A, generate more money in your business, and B, generate 5K months or weeks in your business. And I'm going to lay it all out for you today. So let's just do a little bit of housekeeping whilst you're here. There is a worksheet. Hopefully you have downloaded this worksheet or captured the key comments. The purpose of that worksheet was to give you some thinking questions, so you receive some clarity before this class even happened. And it may be that you complete some of this during the class or after the class. The whole purpose of it was to give you an opportunity to just understand where you are right now and where you want to be in the future, and also there's a space for you to capture kind of the key actionable steps that you are committing taking forward in your business following this masterclass. Because at the end of the day, I would love to have a Business Grower wand that I could sprinkle all over all of our businesses, but at the end of the day, the way that you grow greater success in your business is by doing the work. But sometimes we just need to know what to do next, don't we? So it is definitely about doing the work, and I want you to think about what those actionable steps are for you after this masterclass, and let me know. I'd love to know, I'd love to hear what you are committing to taking forward. So there will be a Q&A session, and also if you're over in the actual webinar, you can use the chat box and put up any questions there. If you're over in the live stream, you can post up any questions over there as well, and we'll catch up during the Q&A session. So we'll be busting some myths. I'll be sharing the exact strategies that I use to generate 5k in my business. I'll also be sharing the #1 mistake that female business owners make. And once you nail this, everything changes. Business becomes easier, calling money into you and paying clients becomes a lot easier as well. And I'll also be sharing details of my brand new Success Camp, which is 8 weeks of private coaching, community and training, and the kind of special bonuses I've got available for that at the moment. So I think most of you know who I am, don't you? I'm Rachel Smith, the Business Grower. My website is currently residing on my old domain, which is a totally different story. And that's www.rachelsmithlifecoach.com. And I've created the Business Grower in 2014 because I am absolutely passionate about supporting women in business. I've been running a successful life coaching business where I was working with women on their self-esteem and confidence, and more women will come into me and asking me how to run a successful business. And I'll be sharing a little bit more about that because it's got a lot to do with today's content. Michaela's just said that she might not be able to stay for all of it. That's absolutely fine. There will be a full recording and you'll be able to access shortly after today's masterclass. So I've been running a business for several years. In fact, I've only just realised this year I've been running multiple businesses for several years, and I am an accidental entrepreneur. I never expected to run my own business. I very much come from a traditional family who believe that you go out and you work for somebody else even if you absolutely hate it. So I never looked to become an entrepreneur, but boy oh boy, I absolutely love it, and yeah, the good times and the bad times. So I live in York in the UK with my family, and obviously I've got lots of other interests outside of business. Hard to believe, isn't it, when you're a business owner? It's hard to believe that you actually have time and energy for other things. But I love kind of being outdoors, cycling, yoga, and yeah, I love gin as well, that lots of you discovered this week. So let's bust some of those myths up. And whilst we're kind of getting into this content, what I'd love for you to do, you can do this in the live stream, and you can do this in the chat box here on the webinar as well, is I want to hear from you if you are ready to receive 5k in your business, whether that is 5k months, 5k weeks. I want to, you know, give me some hearts up on the live stream, put me some comments up in the chat box. Let's really start to energize and get into the energy that we need to be taking our businesses forward. So, oh, brilliant, I'm getting some, let's have a look. Hell yeah from Shelley, absolutely from Sharon, yes, yes, yes from Jen, fantastic. What about on the live stream? Are you ready for your 5k months or weeks? Are you still in that position? Definitely, says Alison, are you still in that position where you think this isn't for you? Because I'm going to bust some myths about that as well. Okay, so let me tell you what happened for me is prior to launching the Business Grower in 2014, I was running a life coaching business working with women, and as I said, I was quite an accidental entrepreneur, so I was only looking to generate more or less the money that I'd been receiving as a marketing communications in my part-time job. I wasn't looking to set the world on fire. I wasn't looking to generate 5k in my business. So I decided to completely change my niche in 2014. I launched the Business Grower, and my passion was very much about up-leveling myself, my business, and connecting more with women who really were passionate about their business as well. And if you are like me and you are connected to lots of business mentors and coaches and gurus on the internet, you will see all of these messages that tell you all the time that you could be creating like 5k in your sleep whilst working for 4 hours a week, living on a desert island. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, actually I understand the ability in my business to really increase my income and to work with more clients. And I could see that having an online business was a really brilliant tool. And I was like, brilliant, okay, as a business coach, this is the path that I want to take. This is totally what I want to do. And I know that I've got the ability in me. I've already run one successful business. I know how to run another successful business. I've just got to go out there and do it as well. And honestly, I couldn't make it happen. I was doing all of the things that I did previously in my business. I was showing up, I was being visible, I was doing all the things that made me feel a little bit sick in my business. I was taking those big steps and so on. And it just wasn't happening. But what was happening, because the internet is such a vast place, is that I was getting sucked into comparisonitis, and that is where I was comparing myself to all these other messages that are around about how easy it was to generate this money in your business if that's what you truly wanted to do. And I just felt that in comparison to these gurus, I was just playing it really small in my business, and that it wasn't actually possible for me to be as successful as them or to reach my income goals. And I just started to feel very, very frustrated with my lack of success. And it made me want to play small. I just thought, well, maybe earning £300 or £400 a month, that's maybe all I can actually achieve. And it was like, maybe I should settle for that. I'm a busy working parent, you know, generating £300 or £400 in the business every month will pay for my overheads, give me a little bit of extra money, and so on. But it just didn't fire me up. I was like, oh my God, you know, actually, I've got bigger dreams than that. And I didn't want to live like just an ordinary life. I wanted to live an extraordinary life. I wanted to be an ambassador for women. I wanted to be an ambassador for my children. To see that if you were really passionate about something and you followed through, you could generate absolutely whatever you wanted. And as a trained coach and NLP practitioner, I totally understand about, you know, the things that you are capable of once you made that switch. But I just got stuck. I got stuck for a long, long time about how I could actually move my business forward. And then I started to. And as I said, there's no wand, I'm afraid. There's no magic spell that I could give you or anything like that. It comes from really understanding your business and working on a couple of key things that I'm just about to reveal as well. So the things that I changed about my business and the things that I can do now, you know, everything has changed for me in terms of, you know, I launch regularly. I'm always creating new opportunities for people to come and work with me. I'm constantly calling in amazing clients who are just absolute pleasures to work with. I know that making a positive difference to my clients. I can sell gracefully. I have absolutely no qualms about going out there and launching something and selling it and reminding people that there's something there for them if they choose to take it. And I now have a business that I love, and that's what I really want to instill with you, is that if some of the things that I'm going to share with you in a minute make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, I want you to think about, once you've put these things in place, once you've committed to taking the actions forward that you know that you need to take forward, I want you to know that everything in your business will be different. So it's worth learning these things. It's worth going through these various different stages, and it's worth doing the work, because you're not at the end of your entrepreneurial journey. You're halfway through it, or you're at the beginning point of it. And the point is that when you do the work, when you take these steps, you get the life and the business that you love. And that's exactly the situation that I'm in, and I want to really kind of instill that in you, that that is possible for you as well. So I've kind of broken down, I had a really big think about this. It's kind of like, for me, I know that in my community that there are women who are ready to earn 5k in their months, 5k in their weeks, whatever it is that they want. I know that there's those women in my group who are ready to do that. I also know that there are women in my group who kind of believe that they can't do it. And I hope I've kind of lifted the lid on my own situation and made you understand that actually you can do it, if that's what you truly desire. Some people have no desire to earn that sort of money. Some people are beyond that point. Brilliant. But I broke down everything that I could share with you in this kind of hour that we've got together. And this is what I came up with. These are the kind of key elements. And I've got some practical steps for you as well. So, mindset, it's massive. I have to say that in the last 18 months, and all the things that I have invested my time and money in, and that's included marketing, it's included looking at funnels, it's included looking at Facebook ads, and I've got to tell you that the number one major difference that has changed everything for me is mindset. And it's like, once you work on yourself, everything changes. Instead of worrying about, I'm not good enough, I'm not clever enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not ballsy enough, I'm not hustly enough. Once you've stripped all of those things that are negative, and you start to really focus on what you have got to offer, and once you start to really own that and really do that internal work, where you are all in, you are committed, you are, Sarah's agreeing definitely with this, brilliant. It is the mindset that's actually going to make a tremendous difference. So it's kind of like the difference of waking up in the morning and feeling like out of funk with yourself, or waking up and knowing that you're totally on it. And one of the things that I love to do, and I'm going to do more of these, is that I actually love running webinars like this. And sometimes I get too busy to do this. But actually, I was just reading Gabby Bernstyle's The Universe Has Got Your Back, her book. And right in the middle of this book is this whole thing about how you've got to fill your life full of joy. And that is the thing that's going to make a big difference for you, is when you're looking at things joyfully. So if you're looking at your business with pain, with anxiety, with worry about what's happening next, about whether or not you're good enough, or where your next client's going to come from, or how you're going to pay your bills, or whatever it is, there's that negativity will actually attract more negativity. And I know it sounds contrived, and I know it sounds like frigging impossible when your self-belief is on the floor, and believe me, that's where mine has been. And when your self-belief is on the floor and somebody's saying to you, all you have to do is work on your mindset and everything changes, you actually want to throttle that person. Because it's like, well, if it was that easy, we'd all be doing it. But what you've got to understand is when you're going into business, whether you have an online or offline business, it's about your frequency. People will be drawn to you when you're giving off that positive frequency, when you are believing what you want to achieve, what you stand for. If you're going out to the marketplace and you're coming across as you're saying the words, but there's no feeling, there's no emotion there, and actually what people are picking up is a message that's out of alignment with what's coming out of your mouth, is people will resist you. They'll be like, I'm not quite sure what's going on. So it'd be like me trying to sell a £10,000 coaching program to you and not really believing in it. You wouldn't buy it, because you'd be like, well, this is a massive investment. I'm not quite sure that Rachel knows what she's doing, or that she's totally committed to it. So mindset is everything. It's your frequency. And I would just say that whenever you get into a funk, you've got to work on yourself. Even if you've got to take yourself out of your business for a day, half day, a couple of hours, whatever you need to do, you do it. So the kind of practical steps about this is, you know, how do you start that mindset? And thankfully, there are some really brilliant ways that you can improve your mindset and increase that self-belief and that awareness that actually you're in a funk. And one of the things that I do, so obviously I can only share the things that work for me, and if you've got the things that you know work for you but you've kind of got out of the habit of doing, go do them. But the thing that works for me is journaling and visualization. Obviously I'm an NLP practitioner, so very good at bringing myself into that place of visualization. But it's that connection of where I'm going, you know, why the hell am I getting up in the morning and doing all this stuff and being visible on Facebook Live and bothering to straighten my hair and put my lipstick on and all the rest of it. Why am I doing that? And it's because I've got an idea of where I'm headed and I'm excited about that and it feels in alignment and I feel that this is my certain path. And that's what I visualise and that's what I step into on a regular basis. I don't visualise every day. I've got kids. It doesn't happen. But I do journal every frigging day. And the number one journaling exercise that I can give you is for you to write about your life and your future business as like it's happening now. Because that helps to trigger in your mind. It reprograms you from like scarcity to abundance when you start to continuously tell yourself of where you are, of what's happening in your life and what you're looking to attract into your life. And then these things actually start to happen. So if anybody's struggling with this, if anybody thinks I've gone really woo-woo, you know, let me know. Let me know how this sits with you. There's lots of people on the chat who are saying, yeah, this is totally right. And many of those people are people that I've worked with because we've worked on their mindset as well. But mindset, it's like I asked you that question, you know, who is ready to earn 5k in their business? And it's like, yes, but you've got to own it. You've got to truly own that you are ready to generate 5k in your business. And that is the question at the bottom of the slide here. So for you on the live stream, the question is, you know, how much do you truly own your desired outcome? And how many of you actually know what your desired outcome actually is? Or you're just in your business like rocking up and thinking, I'll just do a few things. You know, you've really got to have clarity about the direction in which you're traveling. And then, you know, do the mindset work. If you know that you've got all of these mind monkeys that are telling you that you can't do it, you're not good enough, work on them, overcome those messages because they're not serving you and they will not help you grow a business. The second one, and this was a massive realization for me, when I was like in my business and I was growing this success and I was doing all of these things, my business model was completely wrong. So you've got to be really, when you're looking at generating more money in your business, it's about ensuring that you've got the right business model that supports your actions and your dreams. You've got to give yourself a fighting chance to actually achieve your income goals. So let me tell you a little bit about what was happening for me. I had a business model where one of the things that I did is that I had a membership. It was a membership monthly group for business women. And it was really, really lovely. I had lots of lovely people in there. And I had like this big vision that I was going to have 20, 30, 40, 50 women in there. And it was going to be this like hub of all the rest of it. And I could never get it from beyond a point. And it was a really hungry beast. You know, the community needed feeding, the content needed creating, and it also needed promoting. And it was a really, really hungry beast. But alongside that, I was also doing face-to-face workshops and one-to-one coaching. So, oh my God, you know, it was like I was spinning all these plates. And you've got to decide on your business model. And this is kind of one of the practical steps that you can do straight away in your business, is actually look at, you know, what do you want to achieve in your business? And are you giving yourself a chance to achieve that? So, you know, do you know who your ideal client is? Are you priced accordingly? Does what is your model? Let's be clear about that. So the model that I should have been having is that I should have been doing loads and loads and loads of promoting, because when you have a business model where you've got a low-end product, you need to have a vast number of interested parties that then filter out to those people who actually come into your membership club. So my business model should have been me going out there, being very visible, creating loads of free resources, doing tons and tons of webinars, and actually really massively growing my audience. But I wasn't doing that because I was busy doing everything else. I hadn't given myself a chance to get the success in the club that I really, really wanted to have. So I want you to think about the questions that I put on your worksheet and think about, where are you now and where do you want to be and what is that gap? And does the business model that you currently have address that? So for me, the actions that I took is that I lovingly let go of many of my clients, and I completely changed my business model. And my business model now is that I'm working with women who are like at this level, that they're looking to take their business to, they want to be generating a consistent amount of money into the business. They're looking at generating 2, 3, 4, 5,000 pounds in the business every week, every month, whatever it is. Oh, thank you for the hearts. And I also ensured that I've got products and services that reflect that reflect the clients that I'm looking to draw into me. And then all of my visibility, all of my marketing strategies and approaches totally reflect that. I have an approach now that is totally doable. I'm not working 60 hours a week as I was doing. I've got an approach that really works for me. I'm using the tools that I really love, that really talk to my ideal client. And I'm calling these people in. And I don't need a mass of people to speak to. So I can do list building on a really kind of consistent basis, but I don't have to ramp it up, I don't have to go crazy, I don't have to be like offering tons and tons of free resources. I can just build my business in a really graceful manner, and that's totally what's happened this year. So just think about your business model and think about whether or not you've got your business model absolutely right. And one of the lovely women who on this masterclass right now is Jen Stiles. And she is a client that I've been working with a lot, probably over the last year really, Jen. Jen started off as a beauty therapist, working in a salon. And her business has evolved a lot over the last 3.5 years. And we did an interview this week. It is over on my YouTube channel. You can see the whole video. But basically, Jen has redefined herself. She understands what her business model is now, and it totally fills her full of joy, and it totally is in alignment with what she does. And she's calling in the most amazing people. And I tell you what was happening with Jen before then is that what was happening to Jen before she did that is that her ideal clients were paying her too much. They were choosing to overpay her because they could see what she did for them. And that gave her the realisation, once again, that she needed to change her business model, because those people who were her ideal clients, who totally filled her up, that she could do the best work with, will pay this money, and that she's got a totally different business model. And that's what I'm talking about here as well. So think about how your business model actually fits in with your goals and your income goals, and think about how you might need to change that in order to meet those goals as well. I've got products and services now that make it really easy for me to generate 5k weeks and 5k months. If I was trying to sell my £9.99 product previously and hit those targets, I would have been a very, very busy person, and I haven't got that much time. The third kind of aspect to this is your visibility. And I hear this all the time, and I see it all the time, where women really want to have this amazing business and they're really passionate about their clients and the work that they do, but they're invisible. And some of that comes back to number one, doesn't it? Some of it comes back to you feeling like you shouldn't really be doing what you're doing. You're feeling like you're not good enough, and therefore you become invisible. So if this is resonating with you, if you're thinking, well, actually, I'm not very visible in my business, I'm not consistently visible in my business, I would say that you've got a massive piece of work to do with your mindset. And mindset isn't like isn't a sticking plaster that you put on and it totally works once. Doing your mindset work is daily work, constant work. And so is your visibility. With your visibility, you need to be thinking about how you can be visible in your way. So it's not, you know, live stream isn't for everybody, so I'm not going to sit here and say you've got to do 3 live streams a day, because that's not you, that's not calling to you. Why would you do that? So it's about being visible in a way that works for you and works for your ideal clients, and it's about being consistent as well. Yeah, so Jen's just confirming that she needs to focus now on being consistently visible. And once you get into your groove, it's really cool. I know that if I haven't done a live stream, like next week, I'll be mainly off playing with the children because it's half term, and I may get out of the groove of doing live streams, and it might take me a day or two to get back into it, but I really love doing my live streams. So it's about, you know, being consistent with your visibility, hanging out where your ideal client hangs out. Again, you know, who is your ideal client and where do they hang out, and are you actually hanging out with them? That's one of the things that you might want to do like a little audit on. And just think about, we sometimes feel with our visibility that we step up and we kind of go all out and we try some new things, and then we get nothing back, and it's like we're shouting into a black hole. And I can reassure you that even if you feel like you're shouting into a black hole, people are watching you. You are inspiring people, you are motivating people, and the most like, people will come and work with me and I'm like, where have they come from? And I can see that perhaps they've been on my mailing list, or perhaps they've been part of my free Facebook group, Live Your Abundant Life, but mainly I've not quite known where they've come from. But they've, you know, when you talk to them, when you get into conversation, they have been watching me, they have been following me, and when they're ready, they will come and work with me. And it's exactly the same for you, is that you've got to be consistently showing up, sharing content and selling. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a little while. But it's about, you know, consistently showing up, being authentic and growing your audience. And it's about being you as well. I mean, think about some of my live streams that you've probably seen, is that I don't always look like this. I don't always look like I've got straight hair. In fact, I look like sometimes I've just jumped out of the shower, or I've just come out of an exercise class. And the truth is, I have. And, you know, I'm a real person. I have a busy life. I've got 2 young children. I run a business. Plus I've got, you know, I run multiple businesses. Plus I've got some other stuff going on, of course, like we all do. So I want to actually show up with my audience and be authentic. If I was like high gloss the whole time, I wouldn't attract my ideal client to me, because they'd probably be quite scared, because they'd be like, look at this, like this woman who's got it all sorted and she can just rock up and do her stuff and da-da-da. And I think, you know, it's about being authentic, it's about being you in whatever way that is. And because, believe it or not, you don't have to be like anybody else. You don't have to be, you know, the next whoever. Just be you, and you will call in the right people to you. So the kind of actionable steps around this is, you know, thinking about how you can deepen your connection with your audience. And I would say that you choose 2 or 3 channels where your ideal client hangs out, that feels really comfortable for you to hang out in too. So it could be Facebook, it could be Facebook groups, it could be LinkedIn, it could be networking groups, it could be in exhibitions, it could be all sorts of different places. There's a great raft of things and places that you can do to really connect with your audience. So think about 2 or 3 ways that you can be visible to your ideal client and show up 2 or 3 times a day. And there are some really neat ways that you can repurpose your content, and I was talking about that over in Live Your Abundant Life just yesterday on a live stream. So just look for that one. I've got a dress on, blue dress with little flowers, leaves on. So have a look at that one. The live stream is called, Shelley did a live stream, What's Next? And that's where I talk about repurposing. So it's not that I'm saying that to be successful, you've got to be at your desk, churning out all this content. It's like, be smart with your actions and look at how you can use what you've already got, what you've already created, in lots of different ways. And be really courageous. Share your story and be you when it comes to visibility. Sharing your story has probably got me more clients than most things, because you're showing up, warts and all, and you're saying, look, I've not been perfect, this is the journey that I'm on. And what the reason why this works is that people resonate with you. They can really feel and hear that this is the truth and you're speaking your truth. And in order for somebody to buy from you, you need to have already built up that trust, and you need to get it to that, it's like a 3-stage process, like trust. And one of the ways that you can do that is by sharing a story that's relevant to your audience, and they can see that you're human, that you are 1 or 2 steps ahead of themselves, and that you are the right person for them because you get them. You've been where they've been. So really think about how you can share your story and engage with your audience. Always think about things that you can do, really simple things that you can do, where you can engage with your audience. And it could be something as simple as putting up a social media post, if that's where your ideal clients hang out, and you can just say, at the bottom, is this resonating with you? Just say yes below, and you'll suddenly get a load of yeses. Or ask a question. There's loads of brilliant ways that you can actually engage with your audience. And, we all like a little bit of engagement, don't we? We don't just want to be reading content, we want to be asked our opinion as well. So, 3 things covered already. Your mindset, your business model, and your visibility. Coming up, I'm going to be talking about the biggest mistake female business owners make and how you can overcome that and what happens when you do. Just for the next couple of slides, I'm just going to be talking about my success camp, and I am really excited about this. Look, we're going to be hunched round like a lovely smouldering kind of fire to really ignite that fire within you. So let me just recap, and I'm going to take 3 slides to cover this, so it's not very long. It's my job, I see it as my job to let you know what I've got available for you. And if this resonates with you, if you think, yeah, this is what I need right now in my business, that's brilliant. That's my job done. So the success camp is for you if you are working in your business and you are ready for the next level. You totally know that you're done with where you're at. Maybe you felt like I felt in the past, that you felt frustrated with your lack of ability to take your business to the next level. And the success camp is for women who are ready to take the steps, do the work, take the action, who are ready to be supported, and they understand that they've got as far as they've got now, but in order for them to get to the next level, they actually can't and they don't want to do it on their own. And why the frigging hell should we? We don't raise our children on our own. They say it takes a village, an entire village, to raise a family, a child, and I think that's certainly true of a business as well. And this is about coming together and accepting that we're in October 2016 and that the year isn't over yet. I am absolutely fed up with people thinking that you have to hang up now because it's getting to the Christmas period and nobody will buy from you. You are wrong, wrong, wrong. This is a time when people are they're ready to go all in. So this is talking about your clients. Is 2016, there's still money to be had. There's still money that if you haven't made it now, you're leaving it sat on the table. And what the Success Camp is about us starting at the end of October, and it takes us right through to December. And it's about us coming together and doing the frigging work that's going to help you grow your business and take your business to the next level. And about you having the support and the resources that are going to make this difference. And having the community of like-minded people who kind of coming in and they're going, yeah, I get that, or I've been there, or it's like this, and so on. And the Success Camp is about doing the work now so that going into 2017, you totally know which levers to pull in your business. So that when everybody else is going on about, oh, make 2017 the best year ever, blah, 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 you're kind of going, yeah, well, I totally know how to do that now because I understand my business and I understand what I need to do to pull the levers and to generate the clients and the interest and so on and so forth in your business. So the Success Camp is for women who are ready to have that success in their business, that you want to drop the bullshit about I can't have it, that I need to play it small, that you're ready to accept that you can have it and that you're open to receiving it as well. So one of my favourite ways of working with women, and Jen knows this from being on my my mastermind this summer, is Jen, yeah, I'll get to that, Jen, absolutely, thank you for that. So Jen knows this from working with me over the summer in my mastermind, is that one of my favourite ways of working and supporting women because we love a community, is in a group setting. But I understand the power of one-to-one coaching. So what I've done with the Success Camp is that it's 8 weeks of private coaching with a community. So you get a private Facebook group of women who are on the same path, who are doing the same, they're in the Success Camp. And you'll have access to 4 live training sessions, like masterclasses, on the 4 key elements that I believe you need to do. And in that, you will be doing the work. So it's not a case of, oh, well, I'll listen to that masterclass and I might do it or not. It's like you do the masterclass and the next week you've got a coaching call, so you can really expand into exactly how that's going to turn out for you. And I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to just lift the lid on whatever it is that you need, you're going to receive it. So there's 8 weeks of private coaching, there's the private community, the training, the accountability, unlimited support, and it's all about building momentum in your business and just frigging going for it so that we're making money, because that's also what the Success Camp is about making money. So there's a ton of stuff that's in there, and the value of this is definitely around the 900 mark. However, I've got an early bird price in place until next Thursday at £500, and there are instalments. I am just looking for, it says 6 women, but I actually am only looking for 4 women. I have 2 women who've already put their hands up, Jen being one of them, who absolutely frigging knows that this is their time to grow their business, that they want to do the work because they know that they're going to roll into 2017 and just set the world on fire, and they're going to have the business that they truly desire to have. So if this sounds like the thing for you, let me know. If it's like a hell yes, of course I want to be supported to grow my business, to be generating 5k in my month, every week, whatever it is. Well, the Success Camp could well be the resource for you. And let's just have a conversation about it. Let's just, have a conversation about it. You PM me after this, say, I'm really interested, let me send you the details, and let's have a proper conversation about how this resource can be for you. The bonuses at the moment include 2 follow-up calls in January. That's just to make sure that you're still on track, because I don't like to let my people go. I like to be able to add that additional support in so I can catch up with you and see what's going on. And also you will receive, as a bonus, my 7-day course on making money secrets, or money making secrets even. Okay. Let's get back into the content for the masterclass. So any questions about the Success Camp, let me know. I'm happy to respond to them here or privately. Right, let's have a look where I've got to. Oh, just with regard to the Success Camp, one of the things is to say is that we will be looking at the exact strategies that you need to do. So we'll be looking at lead generation, connection, visibility, forecasting, selling, launching. We'll be looking at that, but I'll be going, we'll be creating these resources for your business, and we'll be going further than that. I'll be then showing you how to make the most of that. How can you ensure that you've deepened that connection with people so they're ready to buy from you and be with you. So that's what the Success Camp is about. So back to this content. And, I can't check the time actually, let's have a look. Right, we've got about 20 minutes until 3 o'clock, so I know some of you will be on the school run. So, the kind of the 5 strategies that have allowed me to generate more money in my business, this has been a massive one for me. And I was only asked this question at the beginning of 2016, and the question was, are you truly open in your business? And I've talked a little bit about this today, and this is about really being open, and it's about owning. So we've just talked about the Success Camp. I've just said that these are for women who are ready to, generate more business, more leads, more clients, and make a ton of money between now and Christmas, and to get ready to generate that money again in January and February and so on. But it's like really owning that. So this is what being truly open meant for me. It's about owning that. So instead of going, oh, well, maybe I can, maybe I can't, maybe I'll stay this size, maybe I won't. It's about saying, I am absolutely, completely committed to being truly open in my business and truly open to receiving the clients and the money that I want to receive. So it's about your frequency, it's about your visibility, it's about making offers. It's about making offers that make you excited. I did I did a really great Facebook Live about this on my Facebook page, probably in September. It was one of my most watched ones, and it was like, stop being boring about your offers. And how many of you have got a website with your products and services on there, but actually you never go out there and tell people about them? And it's like you need to constantly be going out there. People are busy, people are overloaded with information. They want to hear from you what you've got available. So it's about like being so in alignment with your offers, and that's something that we'll be doing in the Success Camp, is that making sure that you're in complete alignment with your offers and going out there and making regular opportunities available for your clients to come and work with you. But really in your heart is that internal piece about being truly, truly open. And that's what that kind of fourth strategy is. So I want to ask that question back to you today, is, how open are you to achieving 5k months or weeks or whatever it is your target is? How open are you to receiving that? Because there might actually be some internal work that needs to be done, and what you've got to remember is, what you put out is what you receive. So if I started this masterclass and I didn't really believe in the Success Camp, and I was wavering about whether or not to do it, or if I was scared about making that sales pitch or whatever it was, if that would be picked up in my frequency, you would pick up on that. And basically, if I was sat in a place of worry or lack or whatever, it would come across, and then I would actually just attract in more of that. So it's about stepping into your frequency and ensuring that your frequency, when you're looking to grow your business, is about that, is that you are open to growing your business, you're open to receiving more clients into your business, and that's truly what you want to be doing. And when you do that from a place of alignment, when you're really, really excited about it, bloody hell, you could definitely sell snow to Eskimos when you're in that place of alignment. And one of the things that happens to me regularly now is that when I put together a new opportunity for people to come and work with me, I always sell places, as I have done with the Success Camp, before I even go out there and promote it. So, I've got a week now to promote that, and I've already got a couple of other women considering whether or not this is the right offer and opportunity for them. So, if I can do it, you can do it. But it happens because I've accepted that I'm truly open to receiving more clients. Jen says, bring it on. She's ready. She's open. Can you hear that from Jen? It's such an absolute delight to work with Jen. Right. Selling is the fifth one, and it is kind of linked to number 4, isn't it? Selling. Tell me how regularly you sell. I want to know. So if you're on the live stream, if you're in the masterclass, even if you're listening back to the recording, I want to know how regularly you go out there and sell. Is it regularly? Or do you feel you've sat there frustrated thinking, why aren't people coming to work with me? But then you realise that actually you don't go out there and sell. And I understand that selling can feel scary. I really understand that because I've been there myself. Brilliant. So Dee says once per week or fortnightly, and then Sharon says she's sporadic with that. I really get that. I really get that. It can feel quite scary, and very rarely, not enough. Okay, ladies. Well, selling is one of the masterclasses that you get as a member of the Success Camp, and with the selling side of things, I'm going to show you how you can sell before you even get to launch. One of the things that I do. And it really helps boost you. Shelley said that she's trying to get into it, and again, that's a mindset piece, isn't it? That's like accepting that you've got something amazing to offer, and you're doing them you're doing your clients, your potential clients, your future clients, a disservice by not going out there. I'll tell you what I've discovered as well, which is awesome this year, is that you can sell without selling. And I know that sounds really screwy, but once you've done the kind of visibility work and the deep connection work and all of those things, you then can go and sell amazingly. So Jen's put, on average she sells twice a week face to face and 3 days on social media, but it probably needs to be more. So the thing that I've discovered, and again it's about your frequency, it's about being open, is that I had like a website and I had my prices on it and my products and stuff, and if I was, it just sat there, and it's kind of like it didn't work. What works is by making a connection with people, being able to demonstrate why they would come and work with you, and then being able to like go out there and sell and sell and sell, but in a way that doesn't feel salesy. It's about, really showing up and showing people that you've got something that they want. And part of that selling comes from doing the back work. It's doing that work beforehand, where you actually really understand what your clients want. So it's about doing your market research. It's about getting into conversations with your clients. And one of the things that we're going to do in the Success Camp is that we're going to be looking at upselling. We're going to be looking at creating like really fast offers. I'm going to be doing a 7-day money making secret course, and that is just something that's going to be done really fast. I'm going to create the offer really quick. I'm going to sell it really quick, and then I'm going to run it really quick. And you can do that as well. You can do that in your business. It doesn't have to be like a 90-day program or a 6-month program. You can go out there and generate some money from your business like this week. You could actually, when you understand your clients and when you understand what their struggles are and their challenges, and you understand that you've got something that you truly want and something that you truly have, is that you can go out there and you could make a bespoke offer. You could just get into a conversation with somebody, and if they're open and willing to receive that from you, you can then position that as an opportunity. So selling, people go selling, and it's like we need a different term for selling, and it's not selling. It's about saying, I'm open, here's something I've got that I think you want. Are you interested in it? And if people aren't interested in it, you just send them on with love, and then you move on to the person who is ready. And it's kind of like, when you've got all of those other blocks in place, when you've got your mindset in place, when you've got your business model and your visibility and your openness, all of those things in place, selling becomes really easy. And I'm going to be really honest and to say that originally this masterclass was going to happen last week, and then for the reasons I've explained previously, it was pulled forward a week. But also, one of the reasons why I wanted to pull it forward is last week I didn't want to sell. And last week I don't think I sold anything because I didn't want to. I was in a place where I didn't want to sell. So I pulled everything back. And then I did the work, and then I did the mindset work, and then I did a load of other stuff. And then I was like selling. And this week I'm promoting Success Camp. I'm selling spaces on that. And I'm also selling my 21-day business immersion. And it's because I'm ready to sell. And some people will say that you shouldn't, and you shouldn't do multiple launches. And I totally disagree with that, because I think when you're in the energy and you're ready to go out there and sell and promote your business, that's exactly the energy that you need to go and do it in. So selling is one of those things. Okay, so now getting on to the final stretch of this. And if you want to start to think about the questions that you might have about anything that I've shared, about how that can relate to your business, I really encourage you to be popping those in the chat box. And if you're on the live stream, I'm very impressed the live streams kept going this long. Sometimes it cuts out. So if you're on the live stream, you've got some questions as well, please pop those in there and I'll happily respond to those as well. I mean, anybody who knows me, you're going to know that I'm going to talk about money, aren't you? I mean, money is one of my things. Because let's unpick this. So the biggest mistake I see female business owners in business about when it comes to struggle, when it comes to being anxious about where your next client's coming from. Yes, it's a mindset piece, but often it's a money mindset piece. So it's the relationship that business women, or many business women, have with their money. And I was just on a call with somebody before we started this masterclass who actually is improving her relationship with money. It's really, really interesting, but she's still got a way to go in terms of accepting the next level. So with money, it is like mindset, it's daily work. But this is why whenever you come and do any work with me, money is always going to be in there. So Alison, who's on the live stream, she's just started my 21-day business immersion. Shelley and Jen, who are on the webinar, they have already previously done it. And in any work that you do with me, it's about money, and the money, oh my god, it can be such a massive game changer. And what women struggle with in particular is about having a healthy relationship with money. And I don't mean to say that you go and fritter your money away. It's not that. It's about understanding your worth. It's about ensuring that your prices are at the right level, that you can confidently go out there and ask for your prices. So you heard me, I confidently asked you to come and work with me and to pay £500, and I'll make it easy for you because there's some instalment options as well. But I know that the work that the women who are called to do the Success Camp will do is well worth £500. I have absolutely no problem in asking for that money. I wouldn't have a problem asking somebody for thousands of pounds of money, because I've done the internal work on my money story, on my relationship with money, my self-belief. And what can I say about money? It's like, if this is resonating with you, if you think, oh my god, I totally ignore my money, I don't really know what's coming into my business or how it's coming in, or what happens to the business, or money that comes into the business, perhaps it comes in and goes flying out the door. It's kind of like, with money, and this is a big part of the Success Camp, it's about developing a daily kind of relationship with your money, where you have a money practice, you have a healthy mindset, you understand your worth, and you own it. It's like, I am going to, it's like one of the journaling exercises, asking for money. Alison, did you hear me struggle with asking for money? No. And I'm not saying you're wrong or anything like that. I totally understand this. This is all stuff that I've had to learn. And what I want for you is to learn it faster than I did. That's the key thing for me, is that I want you all to learn all of this stuff faster than I did. I don't want you to be making the same mistakes. And if you struggle asking for money, it's likely that you struggle pricing yourself right, that you struggle with selling, that you struggle with launching. And all of those are real struggles, and they're all things that I have definitely struggled with. But what I'm here to say is that once you start to work on this, it gets so much easier. It really, really does. And the money side of things, it's about forecasting as well, isn't it? It's about that, being that CEO that you truly are, and stepping into owning your business, looking at it from a less emotional point of view, and thinking, well, my target is 5k this month, I've generated 2,500, what do I need to do to generate the next? And it's really just having that CEO head on when you need to, and know that you can go out and call that money into you. So, money, biggest mistake, and it sounds like it's resonating with a few of you here as well. Right, let's move into the questions section, because I'm just aware that we've nearly been online for an hour. It's been awesome. So Sharon's put, this is my big problem, always underpricing my products. Sharon, I've got to put my hand up and say I've experienced this as well. I received advice from 2 separate business coaches in my time that kept saying to me, you need to put your prices up. And I didn't. And I learned the hard way. And I wasn't able to put my prices up until I'd done that daily work, until I'd done that mindset work, until I'd completed the work that I've completed in relationship to money, and knowing that money is there for giving you choice and freedom, and the money's there to make sure that you're not working ridiculously hard so you've got no life or your health has deteriorated. That money is there to help you make some really massive choices. And if you've got a business model where you were basically you've got a business model that's getting you here, but actually you desire to be over here, it's kind of like having the confidence, because you understand where you're headed, to change that business model, to call the money in, and to do it regularly. And it's getting into that frequency, isn't it? If I'm in the right frequency, I could sell every single day. In fact, today I've made an offer to you guys here on the masterclass, and I've been on my live stream in Live Your Abundant Life and reminded people about the opportunity to come work with me for £25. And it's like, you heard me say that I wasn't in the right frequency last week to sell, so I didn't. And it's about recognising that. So it's like, do the work, do the internal work on your relationship with money, and then kind of get into the space where you can go and call in your prices. And, you know, some of that is about being emotionally attached, isn't it, to, you know, I don't know what products it is that you do, Sharon, perhaps you'd want to share that with you. But it could be that your price is, you know, I've worked with artists before, and it's like, oh, this thing that, you know, it's taken me 50 hours to create, but it's my passion, I shouldn't put a price on that. And it's like, absolutely, you should. And I was just talking with a client before I came on the call, where, you know, she said, oh, I would do this stuff for free if I could, if I didn't need to generate money. And I was like, well, you could do it for free, but then people wouldn't value it. And it's like, when you put a price on it, when you put the real price on it, you will get people valuing it and doing the work. You know, when I work with a VIP client, and let's say that I'm working with them over a 90-day period, that's like thousands of pounds of money that they're investing in their business. Do you think that they don't do the work? They do the frigging work because they've invested that amount of money. If I said to them, I'm really passionate about what it is that I do, so actually I'm going to give it to you for free, do you think they'd show up on the calls? No, they wouldn't. And I can say this confidently because obviously I've done the work, and you know, I am a leader of women in business, and I need to demonstrate that I'm walking my talk, and I do. I definitely do, and you can as well. So has anybody got any questions about those 5 kind of key strategies? Number 1 being mindset, number 2 being your business model, number 3 being your visibility, number 4 was being about being open to business, number 5 was about selling, and then any questions about the success camp as well. So Sharon's put, most of my products are bought by other mums, so as a mum myself, I think I always know how hard it is to have money for everything and end up not charging enough. These other mums probably have lots of money than I. Okay. I'm not going to point the finger at anything, but I've had this conversation with somebody last week about this very same thing. What you're doing because of your relationship with money is that you're stepping into your money story, and I'm assuming this, Sharon, so apologies. Thank you, Shelley, for saying that. I didn't want to say who it was. So apologies, Sharon, if I'm making some assumptions here, but from what you've said is that you could well be stepping into your money story where you're thinking, okay, I don't have tons of money, so the choices about how I spend my money are going to be really crucial. And therefore you're making that everybody else's money story. But you're quite right that your ideal client could have a different money situation and a different values. So therefore, if you're not valuing what you're doing, you can't really expect other people to value it either in the same level. And Shelley says, so in Shelley's words is, I'm totally stepping into my money story and making it theirs. I totally know what I do, but I do it time and time again. Yes, definitely. Ditto, Sharon. So what would it be like if you didn't do that? What would it be like if you said, so let's take Shelley, because I know Shelley's business. So Shelley is a parenting expert. So let's think like she's like that lady Jo from, I can't remember the programme, but she used to go in and radically transform people's families. So Shelley's like that. You know, you've got people who are struggling in life. Everything's shit in their life because they're having a horrible time with their tantruming tantruming toddler. And everything's super nanny, thank you. Everything's shit, isn't it? You know, like they've got no sleep, they're worried, they're anxious, they think everybody's judging them, they hate themselves as a parent, their self-esteem's taking a nosedive, their relationship with their husband's gone off the boil, they're not having sex, and they don't want to go out in public because they think they're a pain in the arse for everybody else. And then along comes Shelley and says, well, actually, I could work with you and help resolve all of those things. So when I say that Shelley's going to help somebody with their sex life, I mean it. It's like the results, and it's not just that this child's going to stop being tantruming, or this parent's going to have some new skills to deal with that situation. I'm obsessed with sex. Why not? I'll be obsessed with sex. It's better than being obsessed with gin. And it's kind of like you're dealing with one problem which has got a massive impact on lots of different areas. And what is that worth to somebody? What is it worth for somebody to feel like a brilliant parent? What is it worth to feel like you can go out in public and be a happy family? And what is it worth to not feel as if you're being judged by other people because your children are behaving, or your child is behaving in a way that's maybe a little bit different from everybody else's? And what is it worth to have a more deeply connected relationship with your partner? That is worth so much. And it's like doing the I've talked about it before, but it's doing the re-engineering. So you've got this product, but re-engineer it back. It's kind of like understand everything that will have a positive impact when that thing's resolved. So like I'm selling a coaching program to business owners that's going to make them money. And it's kind of like, oh my God, that is worth so much money, isn't it? That is worth somebody doing the work and coming and working with me and taking the action forward and being supported and being held accountable and be in a community of other people with like-minded people. Oh my God, what is that worth? That is worth like £900. And that's how you come up with the prices. It's not about, oh, I do so many hours and blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh my God, that is not the case, is it? It's about looking at the value to that individual, and that individual will know if that's the right value for them. And there's also other things as well, Sharon and Shelley and anybody else think about this. It's about ensuring that you've done the market research and that your products and services are pointing to the right audience. So that's obviously the marketing and the visibility as well. So any more questions? I know we're just tipping over to 3 o'clock. I'm not on the school run, so that pressure's off. I think my husband snuck in and snuck out again. Well, I hope he has, to take the children. So any questions? Anybody who is thinking, oh my God, the Success Camp is a hell yes for me and I need to know more about it. Because as I said, the 2 women have signed up for it. Yay! And at least 3 other women are considering at the moment. So obviously that's not a given, but I am open to receiving 6 women into the Success Camp. The early bird price is there till next Thursday. It hasn't gone out to my list yet. In fact, this is the first time I've spoken about it, like in a group situation. But obviously I'll be on the launch. And promotional element after this, because 6 women will come and work with me in that Success Camp, and they will start to generate money and clients and abundance, and just it's kind of like take yourself forward, So Alison said she'd like to know more about it. Brilliant, Alison, that's fine. That's really cool, actually. That's lovely. So good, Sharon. I hope that's been really useful for you. And if you're part of Live Your Abundant Life, come back into the group and have a conversation with all of us about your current situation. Let's see how we can help and support you to realise that your prices need to go up. Definitely. There is more mindset work, Rachel. There is always more. Brilliant. Okay, so the Success Camp, it could be the right resource for you. Come on, let's have a conversation about it. You will never get into a tricky sales conversation with me. I will never trick you into coming and joining with me, because I just basically want the women who want to do the work, who are fed up of being where they are, and they know that this is their time now to come and work with me. So let me know after this or on this that you want more information about that. You never know, I might even have the sales page up on the website, but that is dependent on somebody who's very sick at the moment. So I just want to say a really big, massive thank you for everybody who's joined me this afternoon. I have loved sharing this. I hope it has been helpful to you. I'm sure it has. And I want to just leave you with this, is that if you truly desire to earn more money in your business and attract more clients in your business, and if you are willing and ready to take forward those actions that you need to, you can do this. You can. I know you can. You totally can do this. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to get a cuppa and I'm going to get this recording ready to send out. So thanks ever so much, everybody. Really enjoyed it. I look forward to, brilliant. Alison says that she's really enjoyed the masterclass. Yay! Right, brilliant, ladies. I will speak to you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Bye.